Hare Krishna. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरकृष्णे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। हरि बोल। So good to see you, bro. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are continuing our study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Would anyone like to tell in a gist what we covered in the previous class? How many sessions we have had on Yayati Maharaj? Two? Two. So, can someone give a synopsis of what happened so far? Or should I give a quick synopsis? You can give, please, Prabhu. Kiran Prabhu.
There is any mistake, please correct.
No. Please continue. Yes.
There is a Yayati and no Yati. Yati has 6 sons.
Nahush Maharaj has 6 sons.
Nahush.
Yati is the eldest.
Yeah, Yati is the eldest and Yayati is the second. So Yati, so while because of Nahush is out of order for making ruling the kingdom, people asked Yati, but Yati said, "My name is Yati, so I am not eligible. So I want to go for forest." And then Yati came.
So Yati took sannyas, and because Yati became such an ideal sannyasi, all sannyasis afterwards are called Yati.
Yeah.
Yati never wanted to enter householder life.
Then Yayati came.
Was his younger brother. Yeah. He became the king.
Yes, he became the king. After that, he got married.
No, that will happen. Yeah. Now let's go back to Shukracharya's daughter.
Shukracharya's daughter is Devayani, and there is one more king,
Maharaj Vrishaparva.
Yeah.
He is the king of the demons. His guru is
Shukracharya.
And what is the daughter's name? Sharmishtha. Very good. Sharmishta is the daughter of King Vrishaparva.
And Shukracharya's daughter is Devayani. And they both are friends. And one day they visited one park.
With many friends.
Yeah, it's a private park.
Only for girls.
Only for girls. And they are just trying to use the swimming.
Yeah, they see a nice lake with clear water, and they had not planned for it, but just seeing the beautiful weather and the nice clear water of the pond, they feel like, let's bathe in this, let's swim in this lake.
Yeah. So at the same time, unexpectedly, Lord Shivaji and Parvati was coming in the same area, and some wind and came. After that, they closed whatever they kept on the.
When Lord Shiva suddenly appeared there, they were not expecting, because it was a garden just for ladies. And suddenly riding on the bull Nandi, with Mother Parvati sitting with him, suddenly in the sky, Lord Shiva appeared. And they all got scared. We cannot be naked in front of Lord Shiva. So they didn't want to be seen naked. So they quickly jumped out of the lake and
their clothes.
Yeah.
In that hurry, Devayani cloth got wear by
Sharmishta.
And Sharmishta's cloth got by Devayani. At that time, Devayani got some proud, and
because I'm Brahmani.
Yeah,
You're Kshatriyani.
And you used my clothes, so that's not acceptable. Something like that.
Yeah.
There's some quarrel happened.
Yeah.
But Devayani started first. After that,
what was the good thing about Devyani's speech? Who remembers? She said, we are Brahmanas. The Supreme Lord is Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Ko Brahmanya Hitaya Cha. The Supreme Lord loves the Brahmanas. When we perform yajna, Supreme Lord comes and eats. So we always carry Kamalanayan Vishnu in our heart. Therefore, we are called Brahman, Brahma Janatiti Brahman. And you are wearing the sari of a Brahman, being a Kshatriyani. How dare you? So Devyani was wrong in chastising Sharmishta for such a trivial thing. Not that Sharmishta did it knowingly. Sharmishta did it unknowingly. They could have gone home, washed their sari, and again, exchange it. But Devyani unnecessarily got angry. She insulted Sharmishta. However, she invoked the names of Krishna in her speech, even when she was angry. And that is the greatness of Devyani. Then what happened?
Then Sharmishta also counterattacked, but she never quoted any.
And what lesson did we learn? There we discussed something, that whenever there is a tiff between devotees, we should always de-escalate. Remember, we discussed that. Always de-escalate. Don't escalate the fight. See how you can diffuse the tension and de-escalate. Because when you escalate, then there is escalation from both sides and it becomes ugly. So what happened then?
Then Sharmishta also quarreled, because Sharmishta is king's daughter. With 1,000 servants she came. So together with their servants, he kicked her into a.
No, wait.
Without.
No, Fish said something before that. That is important. No? What did Sharmishta say?
You're living on my father's money.
Yeah.
Did Sharmishta invoke the name of Lord Vishnu?
Yeah, your paycheck is like.
Your father is a paid servant. Your father stands outside my father's palace, just waiting for my father to give him his maintenance money. So Sharmishta started speaking about dollars and cents, whereas Devyani was speaking about philosophy. She was speaking about Lord Vishnu, but Sharmishta spoke about money matters. Just being the king's daughter, not that she had done anything great. So we discussed reflected glory, that we should not be proud of reflected glory because of our connection. So then what did Sharmishta say? Yes, they took away the sari that Devyani was wearing because it was, and then they just threw her. You are so much doing such a big fuss about sari. They took her sari away and threw her into the well. Is that where we stopped?
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll continue.
And they said they will not tell to anybody.
Sharmishta told all her friends that whatever happened here stays here. When we go to the palace, no one will open their mouth. That's what we did. And what did we discuss in that context? That when there is a fight and there is so many ill feelings, even good people can stoop down to very, very abominable low level. And we discussed the example of Chitraketu Maharaj. His wives, they also murdered Chitraketu's son, Harshashok. And they all unanimously decided that nobody will open the mouth. Nobody will speak. So we learned that when there is such ill feelings, then people can become, when the fight escalates, we discussed that when the fights escalate, the consciousness deteriorates. Yes. Yes. Krodhat bhavati sammohan. As the fight escalates, the consciousness deteriorates. We discussed. And now that brings us to text 17. Evam vidhai suparushai Shiptvacharya sutam satim Charmishtha prakshipat kupe Vasas chadaya manyuna. So now what happened? When Sharmishtha started speaking about dollars and cents and insulted the Brahmani, Devyani, Sharmishtha wanted to take the fight to a physical level. Devyani kept it to verbal fight. But now Sharmishtha was so upset that in front of her friends, this Brahmani had insulted her. Sharmishtha wanted physical revenge. She verbally retaliated, but now physically also she wants to punish. So what did they do? Sharmishtha rebuked Devyani, who is Acharya Sutam. The word used for Devyani is what? What is that meaning of Acharya Sutam? Acharya means guru, teacher, and Sutam means daughter. Sharmishtha stooped to such a low level that she wanted to punish the daughter of Guru. Who does that? We should be very respectful to the family of Shri Guru. And Sharmishtha, in the spur of the moment, few minutes ago they were friends, and now she wants to kill Devyani. So what does she do? Even though Devyani was Acharya Sutam, Devyani was the daughter of the Guru, she took away Vasa. Vasa means the clothes. Vasa Adaya, she took away the clothes of Devyani. Sari, so much you're talking about sari, Brahmani sari. She took away her sari. And then Prakshipat Kupe. Kupa means well. Prakshipat means to throw. With the help of her sakhis, with the help of her friends, Sharmishtha picked up Devyani, who was not wearing any clothes now. Her clothes were taken away, and they just threw her into a nearby well. Now that well had no steps, that well had no rope, that well had nothing to hold on to. It was just smooth walls of the well, which means sure death. How long can you swim? There is nothing to hold on to. Ultimately, you'll get exhausted and you'll drown. And they just left her in that well to die. Sharmishtha. Prakshipat threw her in the well. Tasyam gatayam swagriham Yayatir mrigayam charan Prapto yadrichaya kupe Jalarthi tam dadarshah. Leaving Devyani to die alone in that well, Sharmishtha took her friends and just walked back to the palace. And internally, they made an agreement. Nobody is going to speak about what happened here. We are going to keep it completely hush hush. Now Devyani is all alone there in the well. After throwing Devyani into the well, Sharmishtha went home to the palace. Meanwhile, now there is another personality called our King Yayati. He has nothing to do with all this. He is in the forest hunting. King Yayati, while engaged in a hunting excursion, he became what? Jalarthi. Jala means water. Arthi means he wanted water. Jalarthi, wanting to drink water, Yadrichaya Kupe Praptaha. He came to the coop, he came to the well, thinking that I will get water. He did not know that this is a garden just for ladies. Because he did not belong to that kingdom. That kingdom belonged to another king, the father of Sharmishtha, Maharaj Vrishaparva. Yayati is just a visitor there. He is not aware of the rules of that kingdom. He just goes into that garden, sees a well, he is very thirsty, and being Jalarthi, being desirous of Jal, he goes to that well and he looks into the well to see if he can get some water. And what did he see? Tam Dadarsha. Dadarsha. He had darshan of Devyani. Totally by chance. He went there for water and suddenly he saw a beautiful young girl, Brahmani, Devyani, in the water, in the well. Dattva swam uttaram vasas tasyai raja vivasase grihitva panina panim ujjahara dayaparaha. Seeing Devyani without any clothes in the well, Maharaj Yayati was quite shocked. Who has put this beautiful young girl into this well? Had I not come, perhaps she would have drowned in the next few minutes. He was very surprised. And the nature of king, a king is called Nripa. What is a king called? In Sanskrit, one of the terms for Raja, king is Nripa. Pa means Palan. Palan means what? To take care, to nurture. Pa means Palan. And Nri means human beings, men. So Nripa means a king who takes care of all the citizens. So king is called Nripa, one who does maintenance, palan, nurturing of all the citizens. Nri means people, humans. So Yayati Maharaj is a Nripa, he is a king. So what is the default setting of a king? To take care of everybody. Any problem? You need anything? You need anything? Mataji, sab theek hai? Prabhu, everything is okay. That is the nature of a king, to make sure that the citizens are comfortable and taken care of. So Yayati immediately wanted to help. There was no second thought. Somebody is in distress, somebody is in need, the Kshatriya will always help. The meaning of Kshatriya, Kshat means to harm somebody, to hurt somebody. Hata means to kill, but Kshat means to injure somebody or hurt somebody. And Traya means to save. So Kshatriya means one who saves others from harm. And Devyani was about to be harmed in that well. So Yayati Maharaj being a Kshatriya, what was his immediate response? To save Devyani from harm. Kshatraya iti Kshatriya. Kshatriya is one who protects others from trouble. That is why the law enforcement, military, they are Kshatriyas. Whereas the educators, the teachers, they are Brahmanas. Those who are in business, merchants, or those who are in business, they are Vaishyas. And those who are workers, like construction workers, they build roads, they build homes, plumbers or janitors, they are all Shudras. So these divisions, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, are very natural. They exist even in the American society, even in the Western society, but they don't like to call it by that name. They call it caste system. Oh, that's low class. That is, something in India they do. They are not civilized people. But actually, Lord Krishna says, Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhaka in Bhagavad Gita. That Krishna has created the system, it is natural. There will be teachers, educators who are Brahmins. There will be law enforcement and military, Kshatriyas. There will be people who work in the world of finance and business. They are Vaishyas. And there will be people who will be assistants. Somebody is personal secretary. They are all Shudras. They are assisting the other three. So it's a very natural division. There's nothing bad in it. The Shudras are protected and uplifted. The Kshatriyas, they have a lot of power because they're administrators. But then they are willing to risk their life for Kshatriya. Kshatrayati iti Kshatriya. To protect others, they are willing to die also. Hari bol. So Brahmanas, they are maintained by the king. Brahmanas don't work for a salary. The quality of a Brahman is, Brahman will not accept salary from anybody. They can receive maintenance money, but they will not be salaried. They will not work for somebody. Nobody will come and tell a Brahman, chal, do this. Then it's not a Brahman. A Brahman will never be employed. A Brahman will never be employed. So Brahman will be living in poverty because there is no fixed income. But the Brahman will guide the king. The Brahman is the brain of the king. The king will not make any decision without asking the Brahman. You see? So Brahman has no money, but Brahman has intellectual power. Kshatriya has physical power. Kshatriya does not have intellectual power. Kshatriya cannot make rules. Kshatriya cannot interpret Shastra. Kshatriya will depend on the Brahman. Govinda Prabhu, what does Shastra say about fasting on Ekadashi? Then Brahman Govinda Prabhu will tell. So is it for everybody Ekadashi or only for everybody? Whole kingdom should fast. Then the king will say, okay, from today the entire kingdom will fast on Ekadashi. Nobody will eat grains on Ekadashi, not even Anvika. Coconut water is okay. So the brain is the Brahman. The physical enforcement power is the Kshatriya, but Kshatriya cannot make decisions independently. Therefore, all these kings used to have a Brahman guru. Dasharat Maharaj had Vashishta Muni, like that. Maharaj Pratap Rudra had Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Kashi Mishra, always like that. Vaishyas have monetary power, but Vaishyas cannot make rules. And Vaishyas don't have military power. Can you see how topsy-turvy things are in today's society? Can you see it? Someone who is not a Brahman makes rules. There are ministers, there are senators who make rules, but they are not Brahmanically trained. That is why there is problem in today's society. People make just any rules. Anybody can become a senator or a minister, sit in the parliament and make rules. Nobody trains. If you have popular vote, you get to decide. One of the commentators on Ramayana has said, thank God in Ram Rajya there was no voting system. There was no democracy. Otherwise, based on popular vote, Lord Ram should have never gone for Vanvas. Everybody came to Chitrakoot and said, Vashishta Muni votes, Ram goes back to Ayodhya. Bharat votes, goes back to Ayodhya. Later on, even Sita and Lakshman said, yes, I think we should go back. Bharat is so sincere. Janak Maharaj was called. Janak Maharaj was a Mahajan, also voted that Ram, you should come back to Ayodhya. Because Kaikeyi is saying, I take it back. I don't want you to be in Vanvas. Come and become the king. So popular vote was that Ram should not go 14 years Vanvas, should come back. And Devaraj Indra said, thank God there is no democracy in Ram Rajya in Treta Yuga. Because Indra wanted Ram to be in the forest. Why? So that Ravan will be killed. All the devatas had prayed to Lord Vishnu, come and kill Ravan. We are not able to kill Ravan. Forget Ravan, his son also has defeated Indra. He's called Indrajit. So Lord Ram's mission was to come. Lord Ram said, all right, I will come. Don't worry. And he's coming, and what if he lives all his Leela in Ayodhya only? Ayodhya Kand. Only one Kand in Ramayana, Ayodhya Kand. Who will kill Ravan? So Indra wanted, therefore Indra sat on the tongue of Manthara and spoke those words to Kaikeyi. Nobody in Ayodhya can be so mean. How did Manthara become so mean? It was because the Devatas inspired her. We are under higher powers. So, anyway, so the king enjoys royal comforts and luxuries. 25% tax of every citizen, every Vaishya must come to the king. But in return, they will lay down their life. They will not sit in some air-conditioned office and declare war. They will be at the forefront when there is a war. That is Kshatriya. Today's these people who declare war, I'm commander-in-chief of the military force. Yeah, but you don't leave the White House, right? So that is not Kshatriya. The person who cannot go at the front lines and fight cannot become commander-in-chief of the military. Kshatriya is where? At the forefront. So we don't have Kshatriyas, we don't have Brahmanas, we don't have proper Vaishyas. How much tax do the big industrialists who are billionaires pay? Zero. They have so many ways to write off their tax. They pay very little. Or middle class person pays more tax than big billionaires. They have so many ways to write off, show losses while they are driving a Bentley and chartered planes. So they are not Vaishyas. The point is this. So who are we all? Kalo Shudram Sambhava. Shastra says in Kali Yuga, everybody is a Shudra. So Shudra, it is, democracy means government of Shudras, for the Shudras, by the Shudras. Haribol, like we are so proud of it. Yeah. Democracy is the greatest blessing in this world. See what is happening in the democratic countries. Are they happy? Is America happy? Is India happy? Is Pakistan happy? No. They're always at war. There is never peace and prosperity. Political parties are fighting, governments are collapsing, people are unhappy, there are military coups. Maharaj Yayati was not like a king like that. Maharaj Yayati was willing to risk his life. Immediately what he did was he removed his upper cloth. So below the waist you wear dhoti. Above the waist you have a chadar in those days. So he took his uttariya, uttaram vasa. Look at the word, uttaram vasa datva. He removed his uttariya and immediately gave it to Devyani, who had fallen into the well. It is described that they wear a dhoti and then they tie a cloth around the waist as a belt. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then upper body is covered with uttariya. So our acharyas comment that Yayati Maharaj removed his belt waist cloth and threw it first into the well, closing his eyes, so that Devyani could cover herself. Then he took his uttariya out and threw it like a rope. She could hold it and then try to climb up. But he did not want Devyani to come out naked. So first he threw his waist cloth that he ties like a belt. It's like a dhuti only, big cloth. So he opened it, threw it for her to cover herself, then took his uttariya and threw it like a rope. And holding that cloth, he started pulling Devyani up and up and up. And when Devyani came to the edge of the well, Yayati Maharaj did not want her to slip and again fall into the well. So when she was almost there, he extended his pani, his hand. And Grihitva Panina Pani. He held her hand with his hand and then pulled her out. Just to make sure that she doesn't slip and fall again into the well. But what is Pani Grahan called? What is the meaning of Pani Grahan? Our culture is so, Vedic culture is so pristine that people would not even, boy and girl would not even shake hand like that. Shaking hand means marriage. Haribol. Nowadays we just go to the, hey, how are you doing? Boys, men and women there, Pani Grahan. Handshake. Hare Krishna. But in those days, Pani Grahan means marriage. But Daya Paraha, being very kind, Ujjahara, he delivered Devyani from that well by holding her hand. It was an emergency situation. This is called as Apat Dharma. What is it called? Emergency Dharma. Sometimes in emergency, we may have to think out of the box and do unconventional things. But they are an exception. They are not rule. Normally, a man should never hold the hand of a lady. But this was Apat Dharma. She was drowning. So he just saved her. And he lifted her out. Maharaj Yayati saved Devyani, pulled her out. Tam Viram Ahosha Nasi Prema Nirbharaya Gira Rajam Stvaya Grihito Me Pani Para Puranjaya Hastagraho Paro Mabhut Grihitaya Stvaya Hime Esha Isha Krito Vira Sambandho no na Paurushaha. Hare Krishna. Devyani is addressing Maharaj Yayati as Para Puranjaya. Jaya means to win over. Para means others. And Pura means city. Oh great Veer, oh great hero, Kshatriya, who can win over other people's kingdom. That is the meaning of Para Puranjaya. Grihito me panihi rajam stvaya. O king, Devyani spoke with great love and affection. See, the word used here is prema. Devyani had love at first sight. Hare Krishna. With words saturated with love and affection, don't think that this is some romantic story. It is not. It appears like that, but it is not. It's not a romantic novel, not a romantic story. Actually, you will see Devyani and Yayati Maharaj, they are so great. This whole episode was orchestrated by Lord Krishna himself, so that we have a very beautiful section in Srimad Bhagavatam which is going to teach us amazing, amazing lessons, as you will see, as the story will unfold. So please do not think that Devyani and Sharmishtha are some low-class, materialistic, uncultured ladies who are just squabbling and fighting like we see nowadays, people fighting in person, on Facebook, WhatsApp. It's not like that. This was inspired by Krishna, this whole thing. Otherwise, why would Lord Shiva come? Who started the whole problem? So this is Daiva. This is orchestrated by Bhagwan. So see it in that way. Devyani had love at first sight for Maharaj Yayati. This is also inspired by Krishna. And we will see how it is so. With words saturated with love and affection, Devyani said to King Yayati, O Veera, O great hero, O king, O Parapuranjaya, O conqueror of the cities of your enemies. Pani Grihitva, by holding my hand, you have accepted me as your married wife. Poor Yayati, he has not even drunk water yet. He came there Jalarthi to drink some water. And here one lady says, who is barely covered with his only waistcloth, she's saying, now you are my husband. What? I don't even know who you are. But this was the beauty of Vedic culture. People were so chaste, so civilized. It is described in Bhagavatam, not a single man had ever seen Rukmini until the day of the marriage. Such was the purity in those days. Women were completely separate. Men were completely separate. This was the purity. There was no concept of co-ed school. Kali Yuga is really very polluted. We cannot imagine. Can you imagine Rukmini? She was probably 14, 15 years old, and not a single man had seen her. She was always surrounded by her sakhis, always surrounded by maid servants. When she went to the mandir, she was in a covered palanquin. Nobody could see her. They had only heard that princess is very beautiful. Princess is very beautiful. But nobody had seen her. Hare Krishna. This was the purity of the Vedic culture. So to hold a man's hand was you are giving yourself to that man as that man's wife. Because how many people's hand had Devyani held in her life? Nobody. It's the first time. So she's saying, this is Krishna's arrangement. You held my hand. You saved my life. My life belongs to you. You held my hand. Pani Grahan. That is Vivaha. That is marriage. You are my husband from today. And these are words saturated with love and affection. Devyani is saying, Oh Yayati Maharaj, oh great hero, oh conqueror of the cities of enemies, by accepting my hand, you have accepted me as your married wife. Now that you have touched my hand, do not let any other man touch my hand. She's saying, let me not be touched by others, for our relationship and as husband and wife has been made possible by providence, not by any human being. See, clearly it says Isha Krita. Isha means Krishna, Ishwar, Parama Krishna. Krita means done. This whole incident when you came, rescued me, held my hand, pulled me out of the well where I was dying, is Isha Krita. It is orchestrated. Bhagavatam is saying. Devyani is telling Yayati Maharaj, it is organized, orchestrated by Krishna, Isha Krita. This Sambandha, oh Veera, now Sambandha, our relationship, it is Isha Krita. It is ordained by Krishna, na Paurusham. Paurusham means human, man-made. So she is saying, our match is made in heaven. We use all these terminologies, but they are coming from scriptures. Origin is in the Shastra. So Devyani is saying, you held my hand. That means you are my husband from today. Please do not think that this is an accident. This was ordained by Krishna. Isha Krita, na Paurusham. Huh? Sorry. Come a little bit here. Isha Krita, and it is na Paurusham. It is not man-made. Purport by our beloved Srila Prabhupada. In Bhava, Prabhupada is always here. While taking Devyani out of the well, King Yayati must certainly have appreciated her youthful beauty, and therefore he might have asked her which caste she belonged to. In those days, people really cared about that because your nature, your upbringing depends on that. Your compatibility depends on that. Thus, Devyani would have immediately replied, we are already married because you have held. Don't ask, that question is irrelevant. Those questions, which caste, can I have your patrika, that is before marriage. Now you have already held my hand. Now it's too late. Now we are already married, she's saying. You have already accepted my hand. Uniting the hands of the bride and the bridegroom is a system perpetually existing in all societies. Therefore, as soon as Yayati accepted Devyani's hand, those days they used to do Pani Grahan. Nowadays, they do something very terrible in public. In this country, when they get married, that is unthinkable. Public display of, Therefore, as soon as Yayati accepted Devyani's hand, they could be regarded as already married, just married. Because Devyani was enamored with the hero Yayati, she requested him not to change his mind and let another person come and marry her. She said, you are only my husband. Please now don't, no going back. We are already married. Hare Krishna. That brings us to text 22. Yad idam kupamagnaya bhavato darshanam mama na brahmano me bhavita hastagraho mahabhuja pachasya bharhaspatyasya shapadyam ashapam pura. Devyani continues speaking to Maharaj Yayati. Because of falling in the well, I met you. She's thanking her destiny. That Sharmishta threw me. That's why I am meeting you one-on-one alone. Few minutes ago, I was with thousands of my friends. Then it would not have been the same. But now it's just you and it's just me. And this is because I fell in the well. What we learn from this, my dear friends, sometimes the biggest problems in life, biggest calamities in life can actually be the source of great good fortune in life. Hare Krishna. Think about your life. Sometimes in your life, something might have happened which was very undesirable, but something good came out of it. Hare Krishna. So Devyani is saying, I fell in the well. That was very problematic situation. It was a crisis situation, but you came, I met you, you saved me. Now you held my hand. Now we are married. Indeed, this has been arranged by Providence. She's saying that this is me falling in the well, Kupa Magnaya, and meeting you. This is definitely Ishakrit. This is definitely arranged by Supreme Lord Krishna. And then our Yayati Maharaj will say, but I am Kshatriya and you are a Brahmani. What is the marriage between a Kshatriya man and a Brahmani? Is that considered good according to Shastra?
No.
Is it allowed?
No.
Why? Yes. You can marry somebody better than you, but you should not marry somebody less than you because life is about upgrading. Life is about making spiritual advancement, not spiritually regress. We should spiritually progress. So a Brahmani can marry a Brahman, but a Brahmani cannot marry a Kshatriya who is less cultured, less spiritually evolved. So Yayati Maharaj said, I cannot do this. As a king, I have to be fair. It would be most unfair for me to marry a Brahmani. As a king, I am allowed to marry a Kshatriyani. As a king, I am allowed to marry a Vaishya girl or a Shudra girl, but not a Brahmani. That would be, nobody has done that. I would be ridiculed. I would be criticized for such an act. It would be a Pratilom marriage. Only Anulom marriage is allowed according to Vedic culture. So, in case Yayati Maharaj put forward that argument that I cannot marry you, Devyani, because you are a Brahmani and I am a Kshatriya, then anticipating that question, that objection, Devyani says, actually, na Brahmana me. I will never be able to marry a Brahman. No Brahmana me. I will never be able to marry a Brahman. Why? Because Kasacha Shapat. I have a curse from Kutch. Hare Krishna. So here, Devyani is telling Yayati Maharaj in anticipation of his objection that don't think that I should marry a Brahman. I can never marry a Brahman because I have a curse from Kutch that I will never be able to marry a Brahman. And who is Kutch? Bharhaspatya. Kutch is the son of Brihaspati, not some chota mota person. Just like Shukracharya is the guru of the demons, the guru of the devatas is Brihaspati Maharaj. And Brihaspati's son, Kutch, has given me a curse. Devyani is saying that I will never be able to marry a Brahman. So my marriage to you is completely bona fide. It is a good match. So in this way, Devyani is saying that you should not hesitate to marry me. So please don't think twice. And Srila Prabhupada in the purport writes the story that we had discussed in North Carolina. You remember? Kutch, the son of the learned celestial priest Brihaspati, had been a student of Shukracharya, from whom he had learned the art of reviving a man who has died untimely. This art is called Mrit Sanjeevani. It was especially used during wartime. When there was a war, soldiers would certainly die untimely. But if a soldier's body was intact, he could be brought back to life by this art of Mrit Sanjeevani. Any tertiary care hospital here where there is this Mrit Sanjeevani unit? After ICU, Mrit Sanjeevani unit. No. This art was known to Shukracharya and many others. Anyone knows who else knew Mrit Sanjeevani? Huh? Lord Shiva, of course, Lord Shiva is Bhagwan. He knows everything. All Vidya comes from his Damru. Dum 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 dum. All the Vedas come from. Huh?
What is the name of that Jambu? In
That is the question.
Sushi?
Ilwala and Vatapi. Ramayana, those two brothers. And who had the antidote for Mrit Sanjeevani? Agastya Muni. What was the antidote? Sorry. Should I tell the story? Okay. So there is this mantra called Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. You chant that mantra, it's a very confidential mantra. A dead person who has died untimely, not someone who is 100 years old and has died of old age, not that person, but someone who has died untimely can be brought back to life by chanting this mantra. So in Ramayana, there is the story where Lord Ramachandra, he goes to learn the greatest weapon that will ultimately kill Ravan and take blessings of Sri Agastya Muni on a mountain top. And Lord Ramachandra in Ramayana says how great this Agastya Muni is. That story is from Valmiki Ramayana. That once in the forest, there were two demons, Ilwala and Vatapi. They were brothers, and Vatapi knew Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. So what they would do, they had a very peculiar way of killing the sadhus in the forest. Vatapi would invite the sadhus for a bhandara, for friendly Friday feast, to fry them. He would invite them and he would kill his own brother, Ilwala, and make keema, not khichdi. Ilwala keema. Chop him and not tell the sadhus. He would tell the sadhus, this is tofu. This is plant-based. And he would feed the sadhus the meat of his own brother. And when the sadhus had eaten, there's a very good mukhwas hai. They would ask for mukhwas. He would say, mukhwas se bhi khas. Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. And he would recite the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. And all the bellies would burst open. All the sadhus, their bellies would burst open. All the pieces of the dead body of his brother would come together intact. The brother would be alive. And all these sadhus were dead. Their bellies would burst open. With the power of the mantra, the parts of the body of this Ilwala would come together. And he would come alive. And then all the sadhus who have eaten, they are dead. Hare Krishna. So all the rishis were very, very scared to accept invitation of Vatapi. They were very scared. And they, on their WhatsApp group, they put a message. This is not some spam message. This is real. If Vatapi invites you for prasad, don't accept. That message goes to Agastya Muni. He says, what is this nonsense? He says, no, Agastya Muni, please listen to us. This is not a spam message. You should not accept invitation from Vatapi and his brother Ilwala. Otherwise, you will die. He said, let's all accept the invitation. Come with me. I will show you what is the power of a Brahman. So they accept invitation. He takes 60,000 sadhus with him. And he says, first I will eat. Then others will eat. So first Agastya Muni is fed the plant-based, so-called plant-based khichdi keema. And Agastya Muni, he eats everything. What was meant for 60,000, Agastya Muni, he can drink the whole water of the ocean. What is this one bhandara for him? Agastya Muni eats everything. Full. And Vatapi is watching. Then Agastya Muni says, now, Vatapi, what? He says, now let me do Achaman and chant for mantra, then we'll see. So, Vatapi does Achaman and chants the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. And nothing happens. He says, nothing happened. You are supposed to die. Agastya Muni says, Bacha. He releases gas from the rear end. And Agastya, Ramayana says this. And Agastya Muni, I'm quoting as it is. Valmiki Ramayana as it is. He says, your brother is digested. Adho dwar se nikal gaya. Something. Gone, digested. Next. This next kuch nahi. And then Agastya Muni kills this Vatapi also. So that was the end of the Mrit Sanjeevani. The parampara of Mrit Sanjeevani ended there. But there was another guru who knew the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. How many of you, I have told this story many times, but there must be some devotees who don't know this story. How many of you do not know the story of Kach and Devyani? Huh?
There are many new devotees.
Many. Should I tell?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because it's there in Bhagavatam here. So, this story is there in Srimad Bhagavatam and also mentioned in Matsya Puran. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is the story of the Devasur Sangram in the 8th canto. The war between the demigods and the demons. There is description in Srimad Bhagavatam how Indra killed Bali Maharaj. Bali was the king of the demons. Hari Bol.
Very good.
Chakshurun Militam Tasmai Hare Krishna. So, Bali Maharaj was killed by Indra. It's there in Bhagavatam. And the guru of Bali Maharaj, Shukracharya, chanted the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra and brought Bali Maharaj back from the dead. And later on, this Bali Maharaj is going to disobey Shukracharya for Vaman Dev. Hari Bol. But this is Bhakti. Hari Bol. Welcome, Anirudh. Hare Krishna. So there was the war between the demigods and the demons. The demigods, they fought fairly and they killed Bali Maharaj. But Bali Maharaj was brought back to life by his guru Shukracharya simply by chanting this mantra, Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. Now, is it fair? What is the use of war? Your enemy knows a mantra, they bring at the end of the day all their dead soldiers back to life. So their census is same every day. Their war RSVP is the same. Doesn't change, no matter how many you kill. So the demigods were very perturbed, very discouraged, and very concerned. What is going to happen? How are we ever going to win this war? What do you do when you are in trouble? What do you do when you don't know what to do? Yes, you go to Guru. Always go to Guru. Tasmat Gurum Prapatyata. So all the demigods, they went to their Guru, Brihaspati Maharaj, and they told what the problem is. We fight with the demons all day, we kill some of them, but at night, their Guru Shukracharya chants this Mrit Sanjeevani mantra and brings them back to life. So we are back to square one. Brihaspati Maharaj said, I do not know Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. Now here is the beauty of the Devatas. The demons have Shukracharya as their guru. The demigods have Brihaspati as their guru. Shukracharya, what does Lord Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Among the Kavis, I am Shukracharya. Because Shukracharya is the most learned. The guru of the Devatas, Brihaspati Maharaj, does not know this mantra. But the demigods never thought that their guru is any less. This is the beauty. a very important point, my dear friends, to understand. This is the glory of the demigods. Their guru Brihaspati does not know the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. Another guru, their enemy's guru, demon's guru, Shukracharya, he knows that mantra. But the demigods do not feel that their guru is any less, which is very important, my dear friends. In this path of bhakti, there are many activities that can be done. Some gurus are very good in speaking Harikatha. Some gurus are very expert in Sanskrit. Some gurus are excellent kirtan singers. Today, when we had gone somewhere, we were playing the kirtan of His Holiness Kadambakaran Swami Maharaj. So amazing he sings. Even some new devotees had come, they were appreciating that. Wow, kya kirtan hai. Some gurus may be very good at building temples, managing projects. Some devotees, some gurus may be very good at outreach. They may have thousands and thousands and thousands of disciples. So different gurus have different forte. If our guru apparently lacks something, may not be expert in Sanskrit, may not have composed his own Sanskrit verses, may not be able to read Bengali, or may not be a classical singer who has composed his own ragas in Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or whatever is the deficiency, or may not have too many disciples, may not be so charismatic apparently materially, we should never think that our guru is less. And we should never make comparisons between pure devotees. The demigods never told Brihaspati, can you go and learn the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra? Whose Zoom is not quite, sorry.
He's got the mic on.
I'll listen.
Okay.
Is it okay now? Hare Krishna. Kesha Madhav Prabhu. Okay. So where were we? Ara?
They were never the demigods.
The demigods never once told or suggested even subtly to Brihaspati Maharaj that Maharaj, Shukracharya से अच्छा friendship रखो. थोड़ा जाओ सीख लो. Go and learn the एक ही तो मंत्र है. Go and learn the mantra from Shukracharya. No, never. The demigods, they were so cultured, they just asked their guru, their Brihaspati Maharaj, so what should we do in this situation? How can we win the war? Brihaspati Maharaj said that I don't know that mantra, Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. But maybe one of us can go and learn that mantra from Shukracharya. It's a very risky project, but maybe someone can go. The Devatas asked who can go. Brihaspati Maharaj was so great, he said, my son will go. My son is Kach. I will send Kach to go into the kingdom of the demons and study this mantra from Shukracharya. Can you imagine? It is like, just to give a mundane example, Trump's son said, I want to go to Iran. And from whoever the president or prime minister is, I want to learn some nuclear secrets, uranium secrets from the Iranian leader. You're Trump's son, President Trump's son. This was something like that. Brihaspati's son Kach, when he was proposed by all the demigods that you should go to the kingdom of the demons and stay with Shukracharya and learn the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra, Kach accepted that proposal. It put his life at great danger. He could very well die, but he accepted that proposal. Why? For the welfare of all the demigods. Paropakarartham idam shariram. This is a very important principle for us, that our life is meant for the welfare of others. Paropakarartham idam shariram. Kach said, all right, I will go. And Kach was a brahmachari. He just left the kingdom of the Devatas and he walked into the kingdom of Bali Maharaj. And everybody knew that this is Brihaspati Maharaj's son. He was celebrating. And he went and he went straight to Shukracharya and begged Shukracharya that please accept me as your student. Shukracharya said, what do you want to learn? He said the demigods are very much in anxiety because of your Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. You bring all the dead demons back to life. They have sent me so I can also learn that mantra and help the demigods. Such a clear conflict of interest. You know? Such a clear conflict of interest. Okay. Like Toyota comes out with a very great car and Honda comes and says, we want to learn exactly what technology you're using because we also want to make a replica of this in our Honda family. And Toyota says, yes, please come. We are waiting for you. Shukracharya admits Kach as his student. Kach is not duplicitous. Kach doesn't say that I have come to learn Chandas, Sanskrit Chanda from you. No, he's very upfront. He says, I have come to learn Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya from you. Shukracharya said, do you know how risky it is to live with me? He says, yes, I know, Gurudev. But I'm willing to do anything. In fact, I will take a vow that for the next 1000 years, I will be a brahmachari under you. Shukracharya says, all right, you are welcome. Stay with me in my house. It's my daughter, Devyani. She knows how to serve me. So you ask her, you be servant of the servant. And under the guidance of Devyani, you can serve me. Devyani was a young girl at that time. Kach, for the next 1000 years, decided to practice complete celibacy, complete brahmacharya, and just menially serve day and night Shukracharya. Now the news reached the demons that in our kingdom is Brihaspati's son, the guru of our enemies, demigods. He's living in the house of Shukracharya, and through the transcendental or not so transcendental grapevine, we have heard that he has come here to learn Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya, which is the only trump card that we have against the demigods. The demons decided we have to kill Kach as soon as possible. But Kach would never leave the house of Shukracharya. Shukracharya said, Beta, never leave my house. If you leave the house, these demons are my chelas, but I don't trust them. They will not think that you are my student, they will just kill you. They are only concerned with their own interest. So if you want to be alive, do not leave my house. So Kach very faithfully, he was given indoor services only. He never went out. But one day, Devyani had gone to take bath. Shukracharya was doing some puja and he needed some flowers. Kach did not want his Gurudev Shukracharya to be waiting. So he said, it's okay, I'm not supposed to go out, but the garden in front of the house, I quickly go and fetch some flowers for the puja for Shukracharya. He goes out and there is 24/7 vigilance of the demons, just waiting for an opportunity for Kach to come out. As soon as Kach comes out, they grab him. They abduct him, take him to a faraway forest, and they slaughter him. They kill him. They cut him into pieces and they scatter his pieces all over the forest. Devyani finishes her bath, comes back, says, where is Kach? Oh, he went to get flowers, Shukracharya says. She goes out, looks in the front yard, there is no Kach. And then she sees a lot of disturbance there, many footprints. She says, Father, these demons have come and they have abducted Kach. My heart says that Kach's life is in danger. Please, can you meditate and turn on your internal CCTV camera and figure out what's happening with Kach? Shukracharya was so powerful, he just closed his eyes and he could see exactly what happened with Kach. He said, Betty, Devyani, I have bad news. Nothing can be done. Kach has been killed by the demons. Now you go and get flowers. Haribol. She says, Father, Kach gave up his family life, gave up everything, the comforts and luxuries of heaven. He came and stayed with us as a menial brahmachari, wanting to serve you. As a guru, it is your duty to protect the disciple. But what can I do? Already killed. Now only Shraddha can be done. She says, no, Dad, I know You know that Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. Yes, 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 I know you know that mantra. Chalo, chant that mantra for Kach. Shukracharya says, but just chant it. Please, it is your duty. He was your student. He was under your protection when he was killed. All right, all right. He chants, Hare Kach, Kach, Hare, Hare. And immediately Kach, his body parts, they zoom, 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 come together, and he just walks into the ashram of Shukracharya and says, Gurudev, sorry, I was a little late. Here are the flowers. Beta, don't go out of the house, I've told you. Whatever it is, don't go out of the house. Service continues. Many, many years go by. Kach doesn't go out. But the security is there, waiting. The henchmen of the demons are there to kill Kach. One day, the cows don't come back on time. And it is time for Kach to bring them into the cow shed, tie them, milk them. All his services are getting delayed because the cows did not come back. So without telling Devyani, without telling Shukracharya, out of his concern for the cows, he goes out. Because many years have gone by, nothing has happened. What happens when for a long time nothing happens? We become complacent. We become complacent. My Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says that the difference between Maya and us is that we sleep for 6 hours, but Maya never sleeps. She is watching us 24/7. She doesn't get any paid time off. She's never on vacation. Maya has gone on vacation, Prabhus. Maya has gone on vacation. No, she never goes on vacation. She never has, she never will. Hare Krishna.
He waits for our vacation.
She waits. She waits for our vacation. Then she will make it a staycation. We stay in her lap. Kach became little complacent, little careless. And he said, okay, let me get the cows. I don't see anybody there. So he quickly goes to bring the cows. And Devyani again, evening, Daddy, where is Kach? I don't see him anywhere. Oh, I don't know either. CCTV camera. Go into meditation, find out. My heart says something as wrong has happened to Kach. Shukracharya closes his eyes, goes into meditation. Says, Beta, close the door. Nothing can be done. Now let's go to sleep. What happened, Father? What? Nice. What happened? I want to know. Beta, this time nothing. Tell me what happened. Beta, he went to get cows and get our cows, and they just caught him and they cut him into pieces and fed his pieces to the dogs. Devyani says the mantra will still work. Chant it. Devyani, come on, this is not some, child's play. Please, don't trouble me with this. Time for my Sandhya Vandan. Says, no Sandhya Vandan. I will stop eating. I will not be able to live if Kach is not brought back to life. If you love me, Father, you must do it. You know how girls can be very, very persuasive. Haribol. Or Matajis can be very, very persuasive. Shukracharya said, instead of hearing her cha 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 cha, better to just chant that mantra and bring that Kach back. So he chants the mantra, and all the dogs die. Their bellies zoop, 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 break open, burst open. Kach becomes one and says, Gurudev, here are the cows. I brought them back. He's back. Shukracharya says, Beta, I have told you not to leave the house. There is danger. Padam, padam, vipadam. Many, many years go by. It is described that 500 years had elapsed now. How many? Out of?
1,000.
He's serving relentlessly his father. Now imagine 500 years, Devyani and Kach, they're together in the same house. Srimad Bhagavatam describes that men are like butter and women are like fire. You bring them together, the butter will melt. Here the fire melted. Devyani was like butter and Kach was like fire. With his brahmacharya, he was like fire. Devyani fell in love with Kach. Hare Krishna. she became very attached to him because day and night they're serving together, they're talking to. Devani has nobody else to talk to, Kach has nobody to talk to. Devani doesn't leave the house, Kach doesn't leave the house. They just became very good, very close to each other. Devani decided when his student life finishes, 1000 years, I'm going to propose marriage. But one day what happened? Now the demons were really vigilant. They were very scared that this Kach is going to learn that mantra, the demigods will become as powerful as us. And then there is nothing we will be able to do. So they really, in Hindi is Bombay, we say supari. They really wanted by hook or by crook kill this Kach. And this time they devised a very, very foolproof plan. Hare Krishna. What they did was, they were just waiting for an opportunity. Again, one day Shukracharya was doing his puja and something happened. There was lack of kusha grass for the yajna and Devyani was nowhere. Kach said, let me just quickly go. It's kusha grass is right outside the door. Let me quickly get it. And he just stepped out to pluck some kusha grass and the demons were right there to abduct him. They took him away. And then again, Devyani is wondering, where is Kach? Where is Kach? And Shukracharya says, I don't know. I did not send him anywhere. I don't know. And now no CCTV. Nothing. She says, no, Dad. He is still under your protection. 500 years he has served you. And besides that, I love him. So if he dies, I will not be able to live. The same Devyani who is telling Yayati Maharaj that you held my hand, now bas. This is Ishakrit. This is divinely arranged, our marriage. That Devyani, she had a past. Hari bol. So Shukracharya again, he closed his eyes and he went into meditation and he saw what happened. He says, my dear daughter, if you love me, don't say anything today. Because what has happened is very bad. You just gave me that grape juice. He says, yeah, this bus, that was the problem. I finished through. I finished the grape juice. Even the glass is washed. What has grape juice got to do with Kach? It's everything. Shukracharya says, what do you mean? Today the demons, they have come up with such a foolproof plan. They captured Kach, they killed him, they burnt his body, they brought his ashes and mixed them in my grape juice. And I drank it. Kach is inside, beta. Kach is inside. He is right now, he has reached Jejunam, he's about to reach the ilium. My digestive enzymes have started digesting Kach already. That's what I saw on CCTV. Now, don't tell me to chant any mantra because otherwise I will only die. Devan is all right. So you will be a father who sees the daughter die. I will not be able to live. But what are you saying? If I chant the Amrit Sanjeevani mantra, Kach may come alive, but I will die. You want me to die? I'm your father. But he's my... I love you. I love him. I cannot live without him. You have to say him that. Now, such a dilemma between father and daughter, and suddenly there is a voice. Gurudev! I have a solution. What? That voice sounds familiar. Yes, Gurudev. This is Kach. Kach, you? Because of the power of my brahmacharya, even though I have been killed, I can still hear you and I can still communicate with you. So what is it? You are about to be digested, right? He said, yes, Gurudev. But if it pleases you, you can chant the Amrit Sanjeevani mantra to me. I can still hear it. I will become alive, you will die. And then I will chant the Amrit Sanjeevani mantra and make you alive. Win-win situation. How? But are you sure it should not happen that I die and then you say, yaar, maine suna nahi. Oh, second line kya thi? Says Gurudev, this is the power of brahmacharya. I am Shrutidhar. Once I hear it from you, in the 500 years that I have heard from you, I have not forgotten anything. My memory is amog. My smaran shakti is perfect. You just tell me, and as soon as I'm alive, I'll make you alive. Do not worry. Devyan is so happy. You see, Kach is so intelligent, so intelligent. Come on, Dad, chant the mantra. Tu pehle bahar ja. This is a confidential mantra. Our acharyas say, what do we learn from this? The demons are trying to kill Kach before 1000 years elapse, because after 1000 years of seva, Shukracharya might give Mrit Sanjayani mantra. So the demons are again and again trying to kill Kach. But what was the effect? Because of trying to kill Kach, Kach is getting the Mrit Sanjayani mantra 500 years earlier. Which means that sometimes when people try to pull us down, if we are on our path of bhakti, all the trouble and problems that they are trying to create for us will actually bring us closer to Krishna. Can you give some example from Shastra? Where a devotee was steadfast, problems were placed in the life of that devotee, but those problems brought that devotee only closer to Krishna. Yes, Krishna.
They attacked the temple, and because it was such a big problem, but it caused the temple to get more publicity, more funds, and it became a better temple, a more beautiful temple afterwards.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Mataji also said something. Prahlad Maharaj is what I was also thinking of. Hiranyakashipu tried so much to kill Prahlad, but what happened? Stambhe Savhaya, Namrikam Namanusham. He had darshan of Lord Narasimhadev. Kunti Maharani. Pandavas also. So many. Duryodhan sent Durvasa Muni to the forest, to Kamyavan. And what happened? Thinking that Durvasa Muni will curse. And what happened? They had darshan of Krishna. Untimely darshan of Krishna. Krishna was not supposed to come, but Krishna came. Which means if we are steadfast on the path of bhakti, whatever hindrances, impediments, problems this world or people of this world create, those problems will become stepping stones to Krishna. How many of you climbed up the steps to come to Shiva Sankar? How many of you? कोई मंत्र नहीं था? Stepping stones. Problems of life will become those steps which bring us to Krishna. Problems will become what? Can we come up without stepping stones? So problems will be, the problems that the demons were creating made a situation where Kach is going to get what he wanted, the Mrit Sanjayani mantra, 500 years earlier than anticipated. Haribol. So are problems in life good or bad? If we are Krishna conscious, that is important. Problems by themselves, if we are Krishna conscious, if we take more shelter of Krishna during problems, when do we chant more intensely? When everybody is praising us or when everything is collapsing? So Shukracharya said, all right. And Shukracharya chanted the mantra. Kach heard and Kach became alive. Shukracharya belly burst, Shukracharya died. Thank God, Devyani was outside. That's why Shukracharya said, go out, close the door. Immediately, Kach, he sat down in the lotus posture, did Achaman, and chanted the Mrit Sanjayani mantra. First trial run. It was the first release. And it worked. Immediately, Shukracharya became alive. And they lived happily ever after. Haribol. Nothing in material world is happy ever after. Shukracharya was so pleased with Kach. Kach, you heard that mantra once, that also in a very semi-digested state, and you still were able to hold it, and it came out, and you could have just walked away. Dead Shukracharya, I got the mantra. Demons don't have the Mrit Sanjayani mantra anymore. Only the demigods have Mrit Sanjayani mantra. Haribol. You could have done that. But you stayed to bring me back to life. Of course, Gurudev. Chakshudana Dilojayi Janme Janme Prabhu say. He says, you have purchased me for the rest of my life, Gurudev. I will always be subservient to you. 1,000 years elapsed. He had the mantra now, he could have left. And Shukracharya said, if you want, you can leave now, beta. He says, no, Gurudev, I promised you 1,000 years, I will stay for 1,000 years. And even after that, until and unless you give me permission, I will not leave. Haribo. Devani said, yes. 1,000 years passed. Kach continued to serve Shukracharya. He had the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra with him. And he was waiting. When Gurudev gives Agya, gives me permission, I will go and serve my father, Brihaspati and Indra, and I belong there. That's my family. After 1,000 years, sure enough, Shukracharya being very truthful, he told Kach, Beta, 1,000 years have elapsed. That's what you had promised me. Your 16 rounds are done. Now you can go. He says, Gurudev, if you say, I will stay with you. He says, no, you can go, Beta. You have served me very nicely. I'm very pleased with you. All auspiciousness to you. Thank you so much, Gurudev. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Are. Where are you going? Devyani said, I'm going back to Brihaspati, my father, Indra, my master. Oh, what about me? 1,000 years you lived with me, the same house. I have given my heart to you. Hum dil de chuke. Kach. You have to stay with me. You cannot leave me like this. What will happen to me? You never thought. He said, what do you mean? Give heart. We are brother and sister, right? Never say that again. How we are brothers? So, no, you are the daughter of Shukracharya. He is my guru. Guru is like father. So you are my sister. You are my god sister and sister. So I always looked at you as a sister. Said, do you know, Kach, you are alive because of me? 3 times you had died. On my insistence. Because I put my foot down, because I pestered my father, because I convinced him you are alive, otherwise you would have been dead long ago. You owe your life to me, your life belongs to me, you are mine. Tum mere ho. Sorry, this is too bad. Hare Krishna. He says, Kach, you belong to me. You cannot leave this house. We are going to live 1,000 years we have lived. We are going to live here forever. Happily ever after. Kach said, I have a mission. I got that Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. I have duties to do. You are my sister. He says, don't call me sister. He says, you are my sister. I will explain how. We are Sahodar. Because you also came from my father's womb. I have lived in your father's womb just now. Few minutes ago, I was in your father's womb. So both of us have come out of the body of your father. So we are Sahodar. We are actually brothers and sisters. Because we belong to the same father. Devani became, she said, this logic is, I don't accept this purport. You better marry me. Kach said, I will not marry you. I'm going. And Kach begins to walk away. He goes halfway through the courtyard. He's going away and away and away and away and away. Devyani says, Kach, I curse you. I am the daughter of Shukracharya. I am a Brahmani. I also have some power. I curse you. Kach skips a heartbeat. What is this curse? Devyani says, I curse you, Kach, that you will forget the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra right now, forever. Alas. Gone. Deleted. Recycle bin also emptied. No way to retrieve. It's gone. The Mrit Sanjeevani mantra is just gone. Oh, what was that one? Gone. 1,000 years of seva, 1,000 years of brahmacharya, dying 3 times, risking his life, and the Mrit Sanjeevani mantra is gone. And there are demons there waiting to murder Kach. When they hear that Mrit Sanjeevani mantra is gone, chhod do isko. Yeah, we don't need to kill you now. The demons also go home. Chalo. 10,000, 1,000 years ka Supari is now settled, gone, no need. Supari cancelled. We don't need to kill him because Devyani did what we could not do. He deleted that Mrit Sanjeevani mantra. So it's gone. Can you imagine the frustration of Kach? Our acharyas say there's a very important lesson here. Material education, material accomplishments will be lost like that with one curse. I actually, in Emory, I had a doctor who was very good doctor, um, very popular doctor. Patients loved him. He had a roaring practice. And on 285, he got into a car crash, Anirudh. And the shards of glass went into his eyes and he became permanently blind. True story when I was in residency in 2010. What can a doctor do with no eyes? Till today, long-term disability, 60% of his salary, never saw a patient after that. What can you do? What can a vascular surgeon do with no eyes? You cannot see anything, you cannot do anything, you cannot operate. All the years and years of education, pre-med, medical school, residency, fellowship, so many years of practice experience, so many aspirations and plans. 1 second gone. One crash, finished. Kutch spent doctors spent 20-25 years studying. Kutch spent 1,000 years studying, serving, not seeing. How many WhatsApp calls he did with Shukracharya, with Brihaspati? 0. Did he get to meet his mother for 1,000 years? No. Can you imagine the sacrifice of Kutch? He gave so much to get that one mantra, and as he was leaving on his graduation day, it was deleted. Gone. He lost his license to practice Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. Kutch was so frustrated. This is material assets. They will be taken away from us at any time. But what about bhakti? Can bhakti be taken away? What is the verse in Bhagavad Gita? Can Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya save Kutch from Mahato Bhayat? Gone. But who can save? Krishna. Bhakti can save. Aham to sarva papebhyo mokshayami. Masucha means don't worry. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Only with bhakti. All material accomplishments will be gone, my dear friends. Kutch became frustrated. He could not believe what Devyani for just to say to marry me, you have destroyed my life. This was the mission of my life. Matsya Puran was going to remember me for this. Srimad Bhagavatam was going to remember me for this. You just deleted it. I got to practice only once on your father. Devyani, I am also Brahman. I am Brihaspati Nandan. I curse you. You will never be able to marry a Brahman. And Kutch left. Hari Bol. That's why Devyani is telling Maharaj Yayati, her second love, that anyway I cannot marry a Brahman. I tried once. I got cursed by that Brahman only. That I will never be able to marry a Brahman, so made for each other. Chalo, shadi karo. Hari Bol. The story, Krishna willing, will continue next week. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की.